This video will be about making flock from sawdust. I chose 3 different types of sawdust taken from my table saw. I chose wood sawdust, and then a wood fiber hardboard, and then a fiber MDF board as my 3 different types to test. I'll be taking each one and dyeing it with the same acrylic paint in order to test the results. First things I do is sift through all 3 samples, or all 3 types, with a fine screen in order to remove any heavy particles and get just the fine sawdust to stain. Next, taking the crafter's paint, I used a leaf green as the paint sample, and I combined that into all 3 samples, and then proceeded to stir them up until it looked like the paint had covered the entire area or entire surface of the sample. And then I put them aside and let them sit for 15 minutes, and then every 15 minutes thereafter I would go in and stir it up a little bit more. And then finally, once I had completed that cycle for 4 times so basically an hour, I took and poured them out on wax paper so that they could dry. After letting everything dry 100%, and I did make sure it was 100% dry, I ran it through a fine screen again and broke apart any parts that were stuck together by the paint. So now for the results. So basically we have the 3 different samples, the original color, the smell that they had, paint used in them, the color after it ends up the paint was applied in comparison to the paint color, texture of the sample at that point, post drying, what the color, how it had changed, whether it had become darker or lighter, the post drying smell. So now I took the samples and I put them on a small model, using it first as grass in order to compare the results and determine how they looked, to choose which one I perceived as the best. I'll put some photos up at the end of these at higher definition so that you can look at the details if you want to put a comment in and choose a favorite or a preference. I also did the same thing using the samples as moss on the walls, and just to see how that would look, since the application is done a little bit differently with mixing the glue in and then applying the paste onto the wall. Okay, so here are the photos at full resolution. The first one will be the sawdust, the second one will be the hardboard, and the last one will be the MDF. So please add a comment in, tell me which one you like, and if you like this video, ring the like or click the like, and if you're interested in seeing more videos, please subscribe and I'll keep posting. And on that note, we'll close this video off, and good crafting to all.